Good morning, guys. Trooper Steve on patrol on a Monday. We are live here inside of Results 1. I was not off last week, but I was working. Fireworks at the fountain. Amazing time hanging out with you guys. It was a long day. I've been told that it was noticeably a long day for me on the evening cast, but you know what? Mentally, I was there. Physically, I may have looked a hot mess, but it was a great time, huge turnout, huge success, all to come around and celebrate together Independence Day at Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. So really appreciate meeting some of you guys there. Today we're out here on patrol. We're going to be along the Florida Turnpike, State Road 429. This area constantly blowing up. A lot of booming residential populations out here, which ultimately result in our roadways needing some work. So 429 and the Florida Turnpike has had a lot of things going on. I'm struggling on whether or not and how I'm going to be able to show all sections of here during the stream. Probably not going to happen, but we'll at least come out here and talk about it a little bit. Now listen, this is an extremely important thing. You guys know that Trooper Steve on patrol, WKMG News 6, teams up once a month with Orange County Animal Services. I need your help. One of our animals in which we featured, Boo, is still up for adoption, over 152 days at the shelter, and currently we are less than 24 hours from Boo on your screen right now being euthanized, and it's of no fault of his own. It's a human problem. Boo has a look on his, look at that little face right there, that just makes your heart melt. He loves human attention. He's looking for his home that someone can dedicate big boy love to. And if you are that person, then you know what? We really, really need your help. So Boo's number is A Alpha 542513. He is ready to go home today, and I personally will cover the cost of adoption. He is about 6 years old and weighs roughly about 70 pounds. So he's a thick, solid boy. You can go to clickorlando.com or my Facebook page and watch the stream that I did with Boo. But guys, I'm taking this dang serious all day long. Boo needs a home. I've called an individual up in Ocala that sent me a message. I hope, sir, that you get my voicemail because it seems like you're very interested in Boo. But we need to find him a home, or tomorrow Boo won't be with us anymore. He's also paired with another female dog named Zara. They're not a bonded pair, but they're both on the list for euthanasia tomorrow. So we can't let that happen. I will not let that happen. And we need to really step up, because at the end of the day, we caused this, we as humans. So, all right, let's focus and get back to what we're going to do here today. Currently along State Road 408, we're about to enter the Florida Turnpike northbound here in just a second, and we're coming out to talk about the new construction that's out here, the new travel lanes and things like that. So I figured, let's go for a nice drive out here and see what's going on. I want to wait for traffic to clear up a little bit, but yeah, a few things before we take off. Please make sure you are hydrating. We are under an extreme heat advisory for all of Central Florida. Your chief meteorologist, Candace Campos, making sure that you're up to speed on all that. So please take that seriously. We had a story about a motorcyclist up getting some type of heat medical condition, and big no-no on that. So you need to make sure that you're hydrating. Even if you don't think you're working that hard, you're working that hard. All right, so let's head out onto westbound 408 right now to northbound the Florida Turnpike. Florida move over law requires me to move over for those hazard lights, so we're going to scoot on over, give that Cadillac some room, and then we are going to enter here to the northbound lanes. They did a nice widening project on this curve. This used to have a crash. When I was assigned to Troop K, I'd be out here at least once a shift working some clown that went into the guardrail, but hey, it's all right. So we take this turn here as we go westbound 408 to northbound Florida Turnpike. This area has been beautifully expanded. You can see how nice the pavement is out here. The asphalt is brand new. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lanes of travel here. Not all of these will be through northbound lanes. I am moving my mind as quick as possible to see where we're going to exit, but I haven't figured that out yet. We're about a mile away from 429. And the two right lanes will turn into where you need to go. The signage out here is beautiful. So if you look here, signage up ahead indicates you can go to the 429, you can go to State Road 50, and then you can continue straight. What changes in the roadway? Look at the two right lanes I'm currently in. That left hash mark is extremely repetitive, letting me know this lane is going to end. This lane is going to disappear on me. If I don't want to exit to 429, then guess what? I better get out of it, because this lane is going to send me to 429. We're going to 429, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go up. We're in the center here, so 3 right lanes give you that opportunity to get into 429, and then you can either go north or south. It's pretty clear. We're going to go north here, and then we're going to go up this way. But the new signage and indicators out here allow for no mistakes. I've even made mistakes out here beforehand, and it was extremely frustrating especially during the construction. You guys know I don't hand out compliments. This is beautiful. This was beautifully done out here. There, as long as you're paying attention, the way that just looked is very, very clear. The problem is if you're only paying attention to what's directly in front of you, you're going to mess up. And you might be thinking, well, then what should I be paying attention to? Well, you should be paying attention to like cars like that are just going to cut you off. Thank you. And then you should be looking always 2 to 3 car lengths of what's taking place, and then of course looking at the signage. So what did we see when we left 408? We saw beautiful travel lanes. We saw different hash marks in the roadway, and you got to understand the hashes are always there, just like they are right here. But when they become extremely repetitive, that lets you know something is about to happen in that travel lane. Look what happens here. Boom. Instant repetitive hash marks here. Way more than what's in the other lanes. Why? Because it's letting me know that you're in a lane that is going to do something different. Meaning this is not a straight through lane. So we're going to exit here at Plant Street, because look, it's a forced exit because I'm all the way on the right. We'll exit out, turning signal, just to let them know, hey, we're going to do what the lane says. And then we're going to get turned around and we're going to go back. You can see right now on your screen also kind of a busy morning out there. Crash currently along Colonial Drive in Summerlin in downtown Orlando. That's going to be just west of Mills. 2 lanes blocked out there. City of Orlando already out on scene, but you can see there's an eastbound delay. So just be careful, guys, as you're cruising through the downtown Orlando area. Now we're nowhere close to that. We just took the exit off of State Road 429 to Franklin and Plant, and we're going to hop back onto 429 this morning and then head south and approach the Florida Turnpike. Looks like we're doing pretty good here with our pattern, but you can see here, even on the northern portions, the construction is still here. Look at that guy on his phone. Get off your phone. Get off your phone, clown. So we're going to make the right. We made our stop. All right, so now we'll look at the construction, guys. You got to be careful through here. This is Franklin, Plant Street, right under 429. More expansion taking place. So just because one area is done does not mean it's not going to pick up somewhere else. Again, this is all part of a beautiful revamp project that's taking place. All right, no turn on red. Our arrow is green. So we are going to cruise on through. Thank you, Mr. Turning Signal Velocity Power Boats, you clown. I'm feeling it on a Monday, and these guys are getting it right now. I don't understand why you would do that. It's a GMC Terrain. It's not like you're driving some sports car. Come on. Velocity Power Boats, excuse me. All right, so we're back here southbound talking about the rules of 429, some travel lanes. I didn't know there were new rules out here, but the viewer was really confused on the travel lane. So I said, man, let's hop in the truck and let's go check this stuff out. So we're checking it out. This GMC, she got to be running late for something, because not the best driver currently. Asked Trooper Steve the other day, we talked just about those flags that you're seeing right there hanging off that utility pole. Anything 4 feet or more must be flagged. And this vehicle right here doing the proper thing. We really appreciate that. Because of the visibility, people need to see that stuff. Depth perception can be a little confusing while you're out on the roadway. So making sure that that bright neon flag is there is vital for safety. If you are part of my generation, there, or maybe a little older, Final Destination was a huge player, a scary movie in my generation, and changed how a lot of us drive, specifically because of that. So if you've never seen the movie Final Destination, I encourage you to go and check that out. If you're young, just make sure that your parents approve. All right, southbound 429, we are taking the exit to the Florida Turnpike. It's both a north and a south exit here. We're going to continue heading north on the Turnpike. We're going to see what it looks like out here. We'll turn around on 50 and then work our way back as well. So this is working pretty good. Stream is looking pretty good this morning. A little slow right there, but no big deal. So let's exit here from southbound 429 to the northbound Turnpike travel lanes. Single vehicle exit to enter to the northbound lanes. Take it nice and easy. Beautiful day out here. No delays. I'm not picking up any delays. So north of 429 on the Turnpike, no major construction, okay? This area hasn't seen any major problems. It's not part of the expansion just yet. But as we get closer to Claremont and we exit at West State Road 50, there is a lot of construction taking place there. Why has this construction started? Let's talk about this for a second. Where is 429 and the Turnpike located? It is located between two large Orange County municipalities, Winter Garden and Ocoee. Now there's another town just south of there that's not incorporated, but it is large and it is blowing up. That's Stony Brook area, Stony Brook West. In New Independence, South 429, behind Walt Disney World area. Blowing up like crazy, homes out there that were built years ago. So what happened to 429? Those northbound lanes were seriously bogged down, and we saw that we were having some problems. Now, I'm not sure if it's my computer right now that I'm seeing the delay, but I just want to make sure you guys are still with me here. So we saw those northbound 429 problems over the years, and if you lived out there, you knew you were backed up from 535 all the way up to the Florida Turnpike. So they decided we need to expand this thing, and that's exactly what they did. So we're northbound Turnpike. We're about 2 miles away from Claremont currently, and we're going to exit there at West State Road 50, exit 272. Finally, the delays have showed up in Seminole County this morning. You guys waited. It was real nice. So what you're looking at also on the screen there, some westbound delays along I-4 approaching Lake Mary Boulevard. That indicator is a congestion indicator, so watch out. Volusia, as you slide into the northern portions of Seminole this morning, the delays have showed up late. What time is it right now? 8:45 in the morning. None of us are going to complain about that, but just need you to be cautious as you're driving out there. If you're joining us this morning, we are on the Florida Turnpike out by State Road 429, live streaming from Results One over at clickorlando.com. News 6 app, and of course News 6 Plus for your TV. So we're a half mile away from exiting here at West State Road 50. And a viewer sent me a message asking about all these new travel lanes out here along 429 and the Turnpike, and that's what we're out here discussing. I was afraid that we weren't going to be able to hit all the things, but I do think we're going to be able to pull this off this morning. While we're getting to where we're going, please make sure that you watch the beginning of this stream later. We have less than 24 hours from saving Boo. He's a beautiful 6-year-old dog from Orange County Animal Services that is scheduled to be euthanized tomorrow. He was featured on our stream and deserves all the love in the world. If you are someone that has property, you're looking for that dog just to be a dog, Boo's your guy. So please find him, Orange County Animal Services. I will cover your adoption cost, I promise you. So, all right, so we're exiting out here, northbound for Florida Turnpike. Took me a second, brain fart. at State Road 50, the West Claremont exit. And we're going to turn back around. But look what we see here that we didn't see for a stretch. Construction. Even though the sign says end road work right there, it continues a little bit out here. So please, again, you got to be very, very careful as you're out here. We're going to get turned around and head the other way. But what did we notice on the northbound lanes of the Florida Turnpike? We noticed how clean it was starting at 408. That was under heavy, heavy construction because they were expanding the lanes and assigning those traffic lanes. Well, that portion of the construction has been completed. So some things that you need to pay attention to. When you're on the Turnpike, you should not be making your decisions as they're happening. You should be constantly paying attention to what mile mark you're at, what the signs are indicating, because signage is very frequent here. None of them are just going to show up on you. And they give you a few mile heads up. So you might get, hey, a 3 mile heads up, half mile up ahead. So we like to look at the signs up ahead, but I'm also going to tell you, you should be looking at the markings of the roadway as well. Why? The hash marks, right? Our travel lanes have hash marks. We know that because that's how we know what lane we're in. But when there's a rapid hash, multiple hash, I'm sure there's a word for it, but and it's more repetitive than the normal travel lane, you need to be ready because that travel lane is going to do something, usually meaning it's either going to end or you are now in a designated exit lane, exit ramp, turning lane, or something like that. And the signs up ahead, in conjunction with the markings on the roadway, are going to tell you where exactly you're located at. So we're exiting here off the Turnpike. We're going to hop on 50, and then we're going to re-enter, actually, and head southbound this morning along the Florida Turnpike. Getting a little busy out here. People are like, man, that truck just left and now getting back? Yep, because that's what Results 1 does. So we're back here, and we're going to head back south. But I hope that makes a little bit of sense. It does take effort, guys. This isn't just given to us. You're not just going to have to be like, oh, the road's done, let me just drive, do-do-do. No, that doesn't work like that. So they added the signs, they've added the infrastructure out on the roadways, so you need to pay attention. When you get a little closer to that 429 spot, they tell you prior to that it's only 2 lanes. And that's okay, because, sorry, I just spotted a crash up ahead that just occurred. Up ahead of me. You're going to have a crash eastbound, State Road 50, or right at the entrance to southbound Turnpike. You're going to have a silver Audi convertible and a white Hyundai SUV. But they're supposed to work together, guys. So when you start to see that, that should be your notification internally. Hey, maybe I'm in the wrong spot. Maybe I'm in the right spot. But we can't blame the roadway, especially when everything is looking great there. Does it take effort? Yes, it takes effort. Yes, it takes you paying attention to what you're doing, looking, preparing, turning signal, making sure you're up to speed. It's how often do we have people merging into a 70-mile-an-hour zone and they're doing 50? Math doesn't work. You're going to end up slowing traffic down. You could prevent someone from getting into their exit on time. So these are things that we need to pay attention to. I don't know if you can see this crash up ahead. So you see the Remington Road sign in the middle of the median. And then if you look just left there of the screen, there are some cars kind of stopped out there facing us. They are currently blocking that right travel lane, unfortunately. Listen, guys, if you're ever in a minor traffic crash, no injuries, cars are drivable, once you've notified law enforcement, you can let them know, hey, we're going to clear the roadway. You can do that because we have a clear roadway policy here in the state of Florida. Of course, take pictures and stuff if you feel obligated to, but the longer you leave your vehicle in the road, statistics show, more likely we're going to have a secondary crash, and we don't want that. So, all right, we are now back southbound on the Turnpike from West State Road 50, Claremont exit. And keep in mind, all tolls are going to cashless tolls. And if you don't have an e-pass transponder, you need to make sure that you check the mail. because they will bill you. I promise you that. The state of Florida is going to get their money. All right, so you can see construction area, meaning no phone zone. You should have that thing mounted somewhere, not touching it. Paying attention to the travel lanes. I noticed that there are signs up ahead that the right lane's going to end. So why stay in that right lane if I've got another guy to my right? I'm going to give him some space. It's about working together. What did I just do that never happens out there? I'm paying attention to what's up ahead. There are signs telling me that the right lane's going to end. I'm in the right lane that's not going to end. But there's a guy to me to the right. Let me scoot on over and give them some space so that we can all continue and maintain our speed. And that's what that's about. You can see some of that congestion that we were just driving by. Actually, we're approaching that area right now. And that's very, very routine. Those northbound delays there along 429 in the construction zone. What I plan on doing, based off of time here and how we'll end this, is I am going to travel south here along the Turnpike, and we're going to take the southbound 429 exit. So we can kind of cruise through that area, see what's going on. It's very busy through that area. We've been going for a minute here, talking a lot, and see what that looks like. It is warm today. Currently about 88 degrees. Results one is reading here along the Turnpike in North Orange County, and it's a warm one today. So please make sure you stay hydrated. If you were out and about doing any yard work or anything like that, please, please, please be aware. If you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So we're getting ready to enter that new construction zone out here. I'm going to move into the right travel lane. My blinker is on. We scoot on over. Speed limit out here is 70 miles an hour. We're cruising right at 70 miles an hour. And we are 2 miles from State Road 50, the 267 mile marker. And if you're joining us this morning, we're getting ready to wrap this up here in the next couple of minutes. But the Florida Turnpike and State Road 429 have gone under a beautiful facelift. They went out of town for it and got a high dollar one, and it looks great out here. You're talking multiple lanes of traffic, early signage like you're seeing here at the overpass, letting you know exactly where the exit ramps are. 429 comes first, then there's the State Road 50, and then of course if you stay in your left 3 travel lanes, those are your through lanes. Steve, how do you know this? How are you so sure that that's what the travel lanes do? Well, guys, they spent thousands of dollars to put these brand new signs above to include the correct amount of travel lanes. So if you're paying attention to what you should be paying attention to and looking at this, you get to see exactly what travel lane you should be in. For example, it said if I stayed in this, I get to keep going straight. But I want to go south on the Turnpike. So I'm going to take my turning signal. There's crews out here on the shoulder. So I'm not going to come all the way over. I want to give them some space. This is okay. You're allowed to do that. If a law enforcement officer was to see you take that extra precaution, kind of hug the shoulder, they're not going to say anything to you. If anything, and that was me in my car and I watched someone do that, I'd be like, look at you. Look at you doing good things. All right. So we just left southbound Turnpike. We're now southbound 429. What's that sign say right there? Lane ends, merge left. I'm reading while I'm driving. All right. I know this is going to end. Why that Maxima wants to come over? It's because they're a clown and they want to pass traffic. We're not clowns. We're the greatest showman. We're the ring leader up in this. So we're going to scoot over and set the example. Move on over. Right lane ends soon. We don't want to be there. So we're just going to hang here for a second. We're already at the speed limit, maybe a little less. It's an active construction zone. Why am I going to push myself everywhere? We're not going to do that this morning. We're going to hang out right here. But look at the left side of your screen. That northbound delays that producer Donovan was just showing you guys a moment ago, northbound 429. That right lane backs up incredibly, but they have added extra lanes so that northbound no longer is affected by people wanting to get off 429, which was a brilliant addition. I used to live out here long time ago when I was a motor trooper, and it was horrible. It was miserable. Now let's be real. There are benefits to being a motor trooper and getting through traffic. But what I'm saying is this can be backed up for quite some time, and you need to be super, super cautious of things like that. So we're going to move over back to the right lane because we're going to exit out here. And you can see there's another lane coming at some point. There is another travel lane that they are going to install out here, giving you 4 lanes on State Road 429. Amazing, 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 amazing. All right, guys. It is beautiful outside. Currently 88 degrees on this Monday. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos really making sure everything is pinpointed correctly. Something is happening up ahead of me right now. Stand by. Not sure what exactly. Oh, someone just getting pulled over up there. That's it. That's what happens. I knew it was going to happen. Gosh. All right. Make sure you're driving good in the construction zones. Law enforcement always paying attention. Huge shout out to the Orange County Sheriff's Office for being out here monitoring the construction zone. FHP always out here as well. Tomorrow, another great stream. I think we'll be out in the South Daytona area. I have some followers out there. But hope you guys had an amazing fireworks at the fountain. I'll end it with, please go to clickorlando.com or just go to Google, type in Boo, clickorlando.com. He's a dog that is 6 years old that's going to be euthanized tomorrow if we don't find him a home. Period. My mission today is simply that. I posted it on Facebook. Reshare that. It's on Instagram. Go there, @Trooper Steve. Look at this face, guys. Look at this face. This is the face that needs a home, or he will no longer be with us tomorrow. And I can't let that happen. So please, Orange County Animal Services, Boo is there, ready to go home. He's got to make it happen. 6 years old. I will cover the cost of the adoption. Please contact me through Facebook, smontiero@wkmg.com. Shoot me an email. Even ask Trooper Steve. I've got access to so many ways you guys can get in touch with me. There's zero excuse for this not to happen. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for all the support. Thanks for watching Trooper Steve on patrol, and I will catch you guys